This week's news was all about Christmas.
Plans are being drawn up to make Christmas as normal as possible.
Senior medical and scientific advisors said they were working on a plan so that families across the UK might be able to celebrate together as close to normal as possible.
We all want some kind of Christmas. We need it. We certainly feel we deserve it.
Let's be honest, he was always going to save Christmas. I mean, he's got no time for other religions, but Christmas, that's fine. Think about it. It's Diwali, stay inside. Ramadan, don't you meet up with each other. It's Christmas. Ding dong merrily on high, fuck everyone but our God. It's true. So, what are the new rules?
Up to 3 households will be allowed to form bubbles and meet indoors for 5 days from the 23rd to the 27th of December.
Presumably that's so Boris can see all his kids. Now, the only snag, it's going to be risky.
There is no point in having a very Merry Christmas and then burying friends and relations in January and February.
This is the dilemma. Have some fun or kill your mum. You know what we need? Zorbs. I'm being serious. Put your nan in a Zorb. We'll have a Christmas meal. She'll have the time of her life going around, happy. If she eats too much, we put her on the wheel. Spin it! Spin it! It's got to be a better idea than this. World Health Organization suggests swapping Christmas dinner for COVID-friendly picnic in the park. A picnic in December? What did I get for Christmas? Nipples like bullets and a shriveled cock. It's madness. We'll look like this. Not only that, for 5 days of Christmas to happen, we'll need another month in lockdown. Another month. I'll say this now. If that happens, nobody is doing dry January. You having a break? My bollocks. I'm doing furlough and Merlot. We won't be off the booze, we'll be swimming in it. Our bathwater will look like it's been touched by Jesus. Dry January, it's going to be so wet Cardi B will do a song about it. The reason we're seeing more of Matt Hancock was because of this.
And I've got to self-isolate because somebody I was in contact with a few days ago has developed COVID.
Again? What's he been doing, licking door handles? Luckily, Boris was still giving out tips.
Don't forget, hands, face, space.
Which is great advice, none of which he followed in his photo. That bloke's got COVID and Boris clearly not 2 metres away. You think I'm shocked? Jeremy Vine analysed it like it was VAR.
So we know that the Prime Minister is 5'7", which is 175 centimetres. So that is the fixed distance in the photo. But let's take the arrow and move it down there. So we see 175 takes us either side of their feet. So on the face of it, it looks like they're a bit close. In fact, if you actually go at the closest point, the arms, how close is that? Let's have a look. The answer is half a metre, 1 foot 7 inches. But I'm wondering if that's fair, because your elbows don't breathe.
Your elbows don't breathe. He's having a breakdown. Any other scientific insights?
So actually, what I think we've got to do is we've got to measure tie knot to tie knot. So where their mouths are, effectively.
Holy shit, he's measuring a TV with a tape measure.
Using Boris Johnson's height, I can tell you from tie knot to tie knot, it's 1 metre 18.
And I can tell you, you need to sit down. Incredibly, he wasn't finished.
Well, why is the window closed? You've got to throw... It's a sash window. Whack it open. If this fella has to bring a coat in, so what?
So what? Open the window! Let your elbows breathe!
Half of England now face tighter restrictions, including 9 million people in the capital. People in London, York, Essex and other areas are banned from mixing indoors.
Just as we simplified our national rules with the rule of 6, we will now simplify and standardise our local rules.
Excellent. And how are these new, simple rules going down?
The country is so confused.
I think it's been confusing from day one, really.
I'm sick of it. It's confusion.
You don't understand?
No idea.
Nobody knows?
There are too many different orders coming in, one after another, and we never know where we stand from one day to the next.
He's fucked it.
You can see why people are confused. There's so many rules and loopholes. For example, pubs in Tier 3, they have to shut down, but pubs can stay open and sell booze if they serve a Cornish pasty and a side salad. It's like Boris is making it up as he goes along. You can go to the pub if you've got a pasty. You can visit your nan if she's eating Monster Munch. And gyms are fine as long as you've got a Dairy Dunker. It's ridiculous. No wonder people are angry. One pub on Merseyside changed their name from the James Atherton to the Three Bellends. It gets madder. Boris Johnson confirms indoor sex is banned in certain lockdown tiers. The economy's in tatters, and he's promoting dogging. Protect the NHS, fucking a hedge. But make sure you take a pasty. This is madness. You can't have sex outside in this country. Britain is freezing. You get your cock out, it look like you got 3 bollocks. And where's the romance? Who wants to give someone a hand job whilst holding an umbrella? Oh, Britannia. Also, let's not muck around. There's so much grey area. What does indoor sex mean? Can you cuddle in a caravan? Get tugged in a tent? Can you flirt in a yurt? Bust a nut in a hut? Give head in a shed? Can you deep throat in a motorboat? Can you wham bam thank you man if you own a wigwam? It's ridiculous. And this is my favourite detail of the story. Under these guidelines, if you're having sex in this country, you must adhere to the rule of 6. If 6 of you want to bang in the street, that's fine. But 7, put the dick down and step away from the wigwam. There's more rules, right? As if students haven't suffered enough. Have you heard what's happening in York Uni? Students with corona are told to stay in rooms a minute longer if there's a fire in the halls. Like, who's gonna do that? Oh, there's a fire. 1, 2. I better not endanger other people's lives. 3. I wouldn't want to give them something that they'll statistically recover from. 4. It feels like the reason we've got all these mad rules is because Boris didn't deliver what he promised.
We will have a test, track and trace operation that will be world-beating.
World-beating? It's a bag of shit. Millions of us have downloaded the app and look how many alerts it's sent.
The coronavirus contact tracing app for England and Wales has only sent 1 alert about an outbreak of coronavirus since it was launched 2 weeks ago.
It's lazier than my eye. You laughed a bit too much at that, to be honest. That app is... Fuck off. That app is as good at saving people as this lady. Prosecco or baby, Prosecco. But don't worry, Boris Johnson is back and he's got a new catchphrase that doesn't make any sense.
We need to behave fearlessly, but with common sense.
How can you have common sense and be fearless? Come on, Britain, swim with sharks, but make sure they've eaten. He's such a joke. Did you see him at the Tory party conference attacking people that don't believe in wind power?
I remember how some people used to sneer at wind power 20 years ago and say it wouldn't pull the skin off a rice pudding.
Right? Who would say something like that? Wind farms couldn't pull the skin off a rice pudding, says Boris Johnson. He's arguing with himself. Surely he must have known that he said that, because no one else judges energy through fucking puddings. PM, we've got a new wind turbine. Excellent. Can it destroy an apple crumble? Can it exterminate a trifle? Can it bitch slap a banoffee pie? Arguing with something he said. Who else is he going to have a pop at? People who can't use zip wires? Men that twat Japanese children? People who listen to music through their eyes? He's such a useless tosser. Oh, and in case you're wondering... taxes are going up.
Boris Johnson raised taxes to their highest sustained level in peacetime today to help fund the NHS post-pandemic and overhaul England's social care.
Millions of families will be worse off. So how did the Prime Minister announce this? By putting on a bin liner and painting a cup.
There we go.
How is he in charge? Look at him. What a fucking mug. Now, predictably, some Tories were vexed.
The public don't like parties that raise taxes.
Very concerned about it.
It's just not right.
The Conservative Party is finished.
Mainly because 2 years ago he said this.
Read my lips, we will not be raising taxes on income or VAT or national insurance.
How are they surprised he lied? He's Boris Johnson. He's a black belt in bullshit. He lied about Brexit.
We got an oven-ready deal.
He lied about the NHS.
We will recruit 50,000 more nurses.
He even lies about his hair.
I can tell you I do brush it. I have a brush in my office.
What's frustrating, maybe we wouldn't need a tax increase if the government hadn't wasted all of our money. They spent 37 billion on a test and trace system that doesn't work, 150 million on masks that don't fit. I mean, Christ, Downing Street spent nearly 100,000 on 2 paintings. Not only is that a waste of money, they are terrible. Look at this. Looks like Papa Smurf's wank rag.
The Brexit trade talks go into extra time as the UK and EU agree to keep talking.
Boris Johnson and the European Commission president say both sides are still very far apart.
It's like a turd that won't flush. Mind you, I'm not surprised Boris didn't get a deal, given the bollocks he was talking.
This was kind of a bit like twins, and the UK is one twin, the EU is another, and if the EU decides to have a haircut, then the UK has got to have a haircut.
What the fuck are you talking about? I bet the EU were baffled. Mr. Johnson, we need to discuss the fishing quotas. Who wants pigtails? What? I don't know. I know that face. Somebody wants a mohawk. Haircuts. Boris Johnson is the last man to be lecturing people about hair. He looks like he's been sprinkled with alpaca pubes and wired to a Van de Graaff generator. So not only does he look like shit, did you hear about his attempt at charm? As Boris Johnson spotted the EU's chief Brexit negotiator, Michel Barnier, approaching, he attempted to break the ice with a moment of humour. And what was that humour? Pointing a finger at him, he declared, "You gave me COVID." And we wonder why we didn't get a deal. You nearly fucking killed me, you bastard! Stay away from this froggy wanker, he's absolutely riddled. Right, let's negotiate. Where'd you stand on dreadlocks? It's nuts, you know? Business is paralysed, ports are gridlocked. It's even hit the royal family. The Queen delays filming Christmas speech amidst Brexit uncertainty.
No, I need to wait, you know? I need to make sure he's definitely fucked it before I call him a bellend. I don't want to be on the wrong wave, you know? Is that right, Phil? It's a great idea, Liz, yes. You want me to stick anything in the microwave?
Mr.
so yeah, Prince Andrew's fucking head. Yeah. Again in the papers, Andrew. Again in the papers.
So what is going to happen with Brexit? I'll let Captain Haircut explain.
There's now a strong possibility that we will have a solution that's much more like an Australian relationship with the EU than a Canadian relationship with the EU. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing.
Yes, it does. Right? An Australian deal and no deal are exactly the same thing. All he's done is given it a new name. It's bullshit. If your taxi driver drove off a cliff and went, "It's all right, mate, it's not a cliff, it's an Australian-style road," you'll be like, it's fine then. You can't change the name to make it sound better.
I'm not drink driving, officer. I'm mobile wine tasting.
You going to prison?
Not if I call it a hotel.
It's ridiculous. Now, if you think an Australian deal is good, listen to what an ex-Aussie PM had to say.
You've chosen a very courageous time to leave the largest free trade zone in the world.
Which is Australian for, you fucking fucked, mate. And he could be right. A no-deal Brexit could cost the economy more than COVID. It could leave us with food shortages. I mean, Christ, yoghurt could become an occasional luxury. Jesus, 2020 was bleak. The height of decadence next year is a fucking Muller fruit corner.
Eat a little bit at a time, save it.
This is the maddest Brexit to send price of dildos and butt plugs soaring. I don't remember that on the side of a bus. 350 million for a butt plug. Or as Nigella calls them, butt plug A's. Elsewhere, I don't know why I looked to you, that was a bit... In case you want to know where you can get a cheap dildo from.